All right, 16.2 is talking about rates. Okay, as the definition says, a rate is a comparison by division of two quantities measured with different units. Okay, yesterday we talked about quantities that have the same unit of measurement. Okay, today we're going to talk about those things that do not have the same unit of measurement. Now, a rate is expressed as a proper fraction mixed number, whole number, or decimal number. Okay, so where we said yesterday where a ratio, if it's 5/1, 15/1, it needs to stay that way. Today, it's not that way. If you get something that's, if you got something that's 10/2, then you want to reduce that to 5, okay? Secondly, a rate must have a label with the answer. Okay? A rate must have a label with the answer. If it doesn't, it will be wrong. Okay, let me give you an example. Right up there is an example of the label. $3 per hour. Okay, per hour is the label. Okay, your answers must have that or it's wrong. Okay, it basically describes what you're talking about. A common label that you may have seen before is miles per hour. Okay, there's abbreviation of MPH. In most cars you will see, it'll say MPH or it'll say KMH. Okay, but that's an acceptable label that we use quite often in rates. Another one, miles per gallon. Okay, you really see that these days on truck commercials. Okay, for new trucks. Well, the Ford gets this, the Dodge gets this miles per gallon, the Chevy gets this, So that's another rate, a unit rate that would have a label. Okay, like we said, all of the rates are going to have a label. Now, here's what we have. Let's say this. Let's say I drove 40 miles in 2 hours. Okay, 40 miles in 2 hours, and I want to know what they would call this is what my rate or my average speed was for the trip. Okay, well, what you do is you simply do this: 40 miles over 2 hours. So you're just taking and dividing 2 into 40. Okay, 2 goes into 40 how many times? 20 times. So 20 miles / hours. The slash means per. Okay, so we have miles per hour or miles over hours. The other way that you could write it, it would look like this. Okay, that's the other way that you could write it. 20 miles over 1 hour. Any of those are okay. Okay, so let's look at another one. let's say we went 50 miles in 1/2 hour. Now, your unit rate is always over 1. Okay? So this would be 50 over 1/2. Well, I want it to be 50 over 1. So what do I have to do to 1/2? What do I multiply it by to make it 1? What do you take 1/2 and multiply it by to make it 1? Noah? Yeah, we multiply it by 2. So we're going to multiply by 2 to the top and the bottom so our fraction stays the same. That gives me 100 miles over 1 hour. Okay, and you can express it as 100 miles per hour. Okay. The other way you look at it is simply this. If I went 50 miles in 1/2 an hour and I want to travel a full hour, how many more miles did I go? I went 50, which is 100. Jonah? So you put M per hour or M per H or? Yeah, you can. Usually you don't have to put the 1 with it. That'd be the only difference. But no, that would be okay. All right. So, I don't know why they put this in here, but hey, we'll do it. 1 inch in 2 months. Maybe they're talking about somebody's height. I grew 1 inch in 2 months. Okay? So, 2 months, we want to know if they grew 1 inch in 2 months, how much did they grow in 1 month? So if they grew 1 inch in 2 months, how much did they grow in 1 month? Jonah? 1/2 an inch. Okay? Now, that would normally be 1 inch over 2 months. Okay? Well, there's your 1/2 right there. It's going to be 1/2 an inch per month. Okay? A lot of it's just common sense. Let's see. All right, I want you to look at 4 and 5 and do those on your own. Page 424, if you're not already there. Do number 4 and 5 in your notes. All right. Number 4 says 4 miles in 2 hours. So I want to know how far he went in 1 hour. So once again, we just make a fraction, 4 over 2. That's miles, and that's hours. So 4 miles in 2 hours, how many did I go in 1 hour? 2. So you just simply divide 2 into 4. 2 goes into 4 2 times, so that would be 2 miles per hour. Okay, now, don't be making up your own abbreviations. Okay, like miles per hour is okay, MPH. Miles per gallon is okay as MPG. Okay, but inches per month is not okay as IPM. Okay, that would not be wouldn't be well known by everybody all over the world. Emma, if you put a what? Right here? Yeah, that's fine. If you use the slash, most of the time it's better to, if I did the slash, it would be better to do this. That would be the better time to put the 1 hour instead of just putting the hour, but either way is acceptable. All right, so what about number 5? 450 miles. 450 miles in 15 gallons? On 15 gallons. So like it rode on 15 gallons? So, what did you get here? Noah? 30 miles per gallon. That is right. Okay, we had 450 over 15. So we're just dividing 15 into 450. That goes 3 times, be 45. Remainder 0. Bring down your 0. 15 into 0 goes 0 times. That would be 30. So, that would be 30 miles per gallon. MPG. All right, now, well, what if they do money? We paid $1.56. $1.56 for 12 items. And they want to know what you paid for one item. If you bought 12 of them for a total of $1.56, they want to know what we paid for one of them. Well, once again, unit rate, just going to take the $1.56, put it over 12, which means I'm dividing 12, the number of units, into our cost. 12 goes into 15 once, be 12, remainder 3, bring down my 6. 12 into 36 goes 3 times, be 36, remainder 0. There's my decimal. So I paid 13 cents, I guess we need it out the decimal, per item. You could also write it as 0.13 with a dollar sign out in front per item. Either one would be acceptable. Isaac? Yeah, all unit rate is you're dividing the number of whatever you have into the total, is basically it. Okay? Now, do 7 and 8. Do 7 and 8 on your own. All right, who has an answer for number 7? 36 for $12. Michael. It's reversed this time. You're right, but just your label's with the wrong number. It would be 3 items for $1. Okay? Because they put what? 36? Nope. Yeah, 36 for $12. So you did right. The math of it's right. You got 36 over 12, and this is dollars and this is items. So it's still 12 into 36, which goes 3 times. So that gives me 3 items for $1. And that's what you would put. Okay, what about 8? 8. Who's got 8? Who's got 8? Jonah, what'd you get? How many? $2, yeah. $2 per pound of grapes. Okay. Once again, you just simply divide $6 by 3 pounds, and so you're paying $2 per pound. All right. Now, let's look at number 12. Actually, yes, let's look at number 12. 25 yards. 25 yards in 30 seconds. Now, there's two ways you could go about this. You could say, okay, well, they want to know how much I went in a minute, okay, because we've sort of done a couple of these, but that's not what they want here. They want you to go ahead and take it down to 1 second. They want to know how far you went in 1 second. Well, once again, you just do a fraction, 25 over 30. Okay, that's yards and that's seconds. So, can I reduce 25 over 30? Okay, I can reduce it by 5 because it's already a proper fraction, correct? We said earlier that rates can be expressed as proper fractions. Not as improper fractions, but as proper fractions. So if I reduce this by 5, 5 goes into 25 how many times? 5 times. And that's 5 into 30? 6 times. So that's 5 6 yards per second. Okay? Because if they went 1 yard per second, then it would be 30 yards in 30 seconds. 25 is less than 30, so you're going to have a fraction of 1 instead of 1. Noah?
Did you say 5 yards in 6 seconds?
No, you can't say that. Yeah, they want it per, they don't want you to have, in other words, they want that last unit, whatever your last unit is, they want it to be 1 unit of whatever you have, whether it's dollars, seconds, hours, miles, gallons, whatever. Isaac?
You can put YPS standing for yards, right?
Yeah, you can use the standard abbreviation for measurements. All right, let's see here. $16 for 32 photos. $16 for 32 photos. So I want to know what I paid for 1 photo. What is it, Isaac? 50 cents. Yep, 50 cents. Mathematically, how we do it is we just put 16 over 32.
Mr. Max, just up to the office, please.
16 over 32 reduces to what? Which reduces to what? 1/2. This is just 1/2. So $1. This is $1 for 2 photos. Well, I don't want to know what it costs for 2 photos. I want to know what it costs for 1 photo. Well, if it's $1 for 2 photos, then it's 50 cents per photo. All right. Now, let's look at number 22. 22 says 32 racers over 8 teams equals N racers for 1 team. In other words, they're trying to find the unit rate. If there's 32 racers and there's 8 teams, how many people are going to be how many racers are there in each team? It's just a ratio. I mean, it's just a rate. You're still just dividing 8 into 32. 8 into 32 goes how many times? 4. So that would be 4 racers per team. Okay, because they're just looking for how many racers are in each team. Yes, Joy? That way is fine. You can basically you could say n equal 4. That's okay as well. Either one I will accept. Okay, now let's look at one. I think they give us one. Yeah, let's look at 24. 24 says X books over 5 shelves equals 9 books on 1 shelf. Okay, so this one's a little bit different because they've given us the per unit rate and they want us to find the total. So as we look at it, what did we do to 1 to make it 5? Multiplied by 5. So we do the same thing with the 9. 9 times 5, 45. Okay? Because what they're saying is there's 9 books per shelf. Okay? If I've got 5 bookshelves, then I've got to have 9 per shelf. Means we got 9, 18, 27, 36, 45. Okay? And so that's how they do that one. Not real hard. Sort of easy. Let's see here. Do number 25 on your own. Do number 25 on your own. All right, who has me an answer? Emma. Yep, 60 cookies. There's 12 cookies in a bag, and I got 5 bags, then it's just 5 times 12, which is 60. So 60 would be your missing number. Okay? Now, tomorrow we'll cover another section. We may have a little work over this, but probably won't be a whole lot as far as homework. Okay? You don't have any homework, obviously, tonight. Like you were going to do it anyway. So, no homework tonight. We'll cover 16.3 tomorrow over distance, rate, and time. And we'll put a few of these that we didn't do, together. We'll put those in the homework for tomorrow as well. Okay? So, let's go ahead and close up. Go ahead and go to your lockers. Get your Bible. Put your math book up and line up on the wall for chapel.